Good evening. I am Melissa Khan with this edition of News in Depth.
Man is in custody after killing a 61-year-old woman. The police were called to a house at lot 152-154 Begonia Drive, Atlantic Gardens, East Coast, Demerara, this afternoon after neighbors heard screams of murder were emanating from the house. They later discovered the motionless body of a 61-year-old woman who was identified as Sati Bikari.
So the lady calling for more than help. So I alert me boss. Lady is up and the boss lady called for the police, and that was it,
You know the lady over there?
Just by seeing her and so,
And is who to demand suspect?
You saw the man before?
Yeah, the guy, the young man is always drop shit if she go anywhere, so.
When the police arrived on the scene, the suspect concealed himself in the ceiling to prevent being arrested. The lawmen were forced to discharge tear smoke into the house to force the suspect out. He eventually surrendered to the police. There are reports that the woman sustained injuries to her head and other parts of her body. The man is said to be 35 years old and a taxi driver. The police investigations into the matter are ongoing.
Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have so much waste to dispose of in the landfill? Well, composting can help us reduce the waste we dispose of by turning our organic waste into compost, which can be used to improve the quality of our soil.
Composting is very simple and convenient.
You can compost using organic waste such as vegetable skins,
or fallen leaves and cut grass and put this in a composting bin or pile.
Compost can help your garden grow healthy plants while reducing your volume of waste. It's a really good way to keep our communities clean and healthy.
So, let's all start composting our waste.
Find out how easy it is. Call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.ui. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Shh! It's your new secret. The all-in-one weapon for perfecting imperfections and capturing flawless skin. A lot of brands forget women of color or just don't understand that we come in all shades. From caramel to ebony, there's such a range. Iman Cosmetics is for every woman and features a line of skincare products and cosmetics including 16 foundation shades, powder, concealer, lipstick, blush, eyeshadow, highlighter and BB cream. Visit us at Lot 75 Swamp Section, Rosal Town. That's behind the market. Or call 337-4422 or 688-9249. Shh.
GTUC says it wants credible election result and the true will of the people to be represented.
The Guyana Trades Union Congress is calling for the true will of the people to be represented. According to GTUC General Secretary Lincoln Lewis, reading from the union's statement, the GTUC does not just want figures.
We want to know how the figures were arrived at, what influence the numbers. Some say Mingo, some say Jagview. Regardless of what method was used, one way or the other, it speaks to credibility of the process and true reflection of the people's will. Unless the credibility of every ballot cast, counted or not counted, private citizens and joint services vote can be determined, then the issue of credibility remains unresolved. We want to know every elector, identified and unidentified, every legal required document present or missing in the ballot box, conforming, not conforming the ballot process. These are the basic conditionalities to determine accuracy, credibility, and that of the will of the people expressed at any stage of the electoral process. And this can be credibly declared. Some say Mingo, some say Jackview. Either would be wrong.
According to Lewis, the process that GCOM has bent over to facilitate is in the interest of Guyana's well-being and must not be treated lightly or trampled upon by anyone, local or international.
We must be guided not by emotions and self-interest, but by the rule of law and national interest. This recount is governed by Gazetted Order of 4th May. GCOM must be allowed to function within the scope of the law that governs its operation. No more, no less.
Yunnan Congress is deeply concerned about the peace, security, and stability of the nation and about the future of every worker in this country.
And finally, COVID-19 testing facility now available at Port Morat Hospital. More in this report. The Ministry of Public Health is working around the clock to ensure systems are in place to combat the spread of the deadly coronavirus. And according to Dr. Lord, there are 2 categories of screening that will take place.
So we're asking residents, if you think you may have COVID-19 or you're experiencing signs and symptoms of, which everyone should know by now, which is the fever, the cough, the tiredness, or have been in contact with anybody who has been experiencing any symptoms or has traveled from an area where we know that COVID-19 is rampant, and you think you have symptoms, you can come to this testing site where you'll first be screened. So there are 2 categories of screening. The primary screening, where your temperature will be taken, a series of questions will be asked. If you do meet the criteria or you have signs and symptoms that suggest that you may have COVID-19, you further go into a secondary screening, where a doctor will further interrogate you, check you, and you'll be counseled and advised if the need be for you to have a swab done. You'll be counseled and advised on exactly what is the swabbing technique, what would be done, what should be expected. And if we do think that you should not be within your household anymore, we would advise you that, okay, you should be in quarantine.
She also noted that once they have a suspected patient, they immediately commence contact tracing.
The third part, there is the sample taking booth. So this sample taking is basically what we call a nasal pharyngeal swab, in which we take a long Q-tip and we ask you to cough for us or blow your nose in a tissue as hard as you possibly can. Then you extend your neck and we insert this Q-tip into your nose and we do like a 360 rotation swabbing. You may feel uncomfortable because it feels, as I would say, a brain freeze. And we take the sample, and then this sample is taken down to the National Reference Lab. So we only take the samples. The testing and the sampling of it is not done in Region 6. It still needs to go to town. And then we would get the results back and we would inform the patient.
Guyana has so far recorded over 150 cases of the deadly coronavirus. Melissa Khan, News in Depth. And that has brought us to the end of our news for tonight. For these and other stories, visit our website at rdproductiongy.com or our Facebook page at Royston Drakes Production. I am Melissa Khan. Good night.